Welcome artists to Monet Cafe Studio. In this pastel painting tutorial, I'm sharing with you my new favorite way to pick colors. It's really fun, it's really easy, and it's a great way to break out of old color habits and choose exciting new palettes for your paintings. And this new method is very similar to the color cube, which is a great way to get inspired to try new color palettes. But this new way that I'll be sharing in this painting tutorial is actually a free resource. So let's dive into this tutorial and learn all about it. The theme this month in Monet Cafe Studio is called Color Stories, and the color cube is a great way to find new color palettes. You can see here the cards that I've used to choose color palettes based on the little prompts on the cards. And again, I love it. I've used it in many tutorials in the past. But the swatch that you see here is one that I printed out for free using Adobe Color. Now, if you're a patron of mine on my Patreon page, you're going to get the full version of this tutorial where I go into how I use it and just some basic instructions on how to create these color swatches for yourselves. You'll see paired together here on Adobe Color and with the Color Cube, swatches of color along with a reference image. Now, we're not painting that reference image. Instead, we're using our own reference images, whether or not it's photos you've taken yourself or ones you get from copyright-free reference sites. Here I have a collection of many of my own photos that I've taken, and I love to print them out just on regular copy paper and have them in a little folder so I can pull them out and get inspired. But I'm not bound or restricted by the colors that I'm seeing in these photos. I can use these different color palette swatches and change this scene from a cool scene to a warm scene, a neutral color palette, or perhaps one that's highly saturated with color. So in this video, you'll see me use one reference image to recreate with a new color palette. And the next lessons after this one we'll once again use the same reference image with brand new color palettes. I mean, the sky's the limit when you can learn this technique. I'm first going to share with you about the color cube because I use these color swatches for the remaining paintings that I'll be bringing to you soon. Now, my color cube volume 1 and 2, I have both of them, is older. They have a new color cube product now. And some of you may even have this one, even the older one. And it's awesome. I still use mine all the time. And you can see it's just got an image of a beautiful scene, a lot of landscapes, but all kinds of different subject matter. And they've pulled different colors from the image to inspire you. I find that even flipping through these cards inspires me to paint. I just get excited about painting. So it's a good inspiration and motivation for painting in itself. I love this one with these muted fall colors. And I also know that because this month is focused on color stories and my patrons have a game challenge where they have to create different color palettes, I'm choosing some of these to go along with that Patreon game challenge. And one of the challenges is to paint something with a neutral color palette. And look how gorgeous this one is. So I'm definitely going to be using this one and borrowing this color palette to create a painting. Now, I want to show you the back of these cards. Every card has, I think it's 5 or 6 colors. It's not always, you just see 5 here. But on the back of each card, they have all of these little swatches, but different values. So you see on the left side, those are the colors that are on the front of the card. And you've got the middle one on the side with the 3 little swatches. The middle one is the actual color that you saw on the front. The ones on the left and the right are lighter and darker values of those colors. And like I said, it is just fun to go through these cards and look at all of these different color palettes. It not only inspires you for different color palette selections, but different subject matter as well. This inspires me to want to paint another tropical painting. So let me share with you how I'm going to do this. For this lesson, I'm going to be using the same little reference image. It's a photo I took in the mountains of North Carolina, the Appalachian Mountains, where my whole family tree is from. And I'm using this photo only for its content, for the composition, for the landscape. I'm not using it for the color. So I'm going to zone out on the green field and the blue mountains, basically try to desaturate this image in my mind. And I'm going to borrow the color palettes from some of these color cube cards to totally change one reference image into 4 different paintings of varying color palettes. But as I mentioned, this first painting tutorial I'm doing is using Adobe Color, the free online resource where you can create these little swatches of color yourselves. So let me pop over here and give you just a general idea. It's actually, the website is color.adobe.com. And as I mentioned, in the Patreon version of this tutorial, I have a full tutorial on how I use this. Now I want you to notice at the very top, there are some tabs in that black bar: Create, Explore, and the second two, I don't use them very much. I mostly use Create, Explore, and Library. So I'll show you real quick a basic instruction. Go to Create and then look at the 4 tabs at the top. One's Color Wheel, one's Extract Theme, Extract Gradient, and Accessibility Tools. I only typically use Extract Theme. That second one that you see there. So if you click that there, you're going to be able to choose a file from your computer right here, and you click it, and it's going to open up your files on your computer, and then you're going to choose a reference image. Like I said, whether it's your own reference image or one that's a copyright-free reference image. These are just a few of mine. I'm going to show you this one real quick. It's a field near me in Plant City, Florida, that has these gorgeous zinnias, and look at the color palette it extracted. And if you want to do another one, you just extract the color palette again, and then you can choose another photo. Now it will save these if you want to save them in a library. That's what the library tab is for, up in that black bar. Unfortunately, it only saves the color swatch at the bottom. It doesn't save it along with the reference image. So again, if you're a patron of mine, I give you a little trick to make your own color cube cards. It's basically just taking a screenshot, and I made this one in Canva. Canva.com. It's a free graphic program that's great, where I'm just showing you some of the ones that I created myself. Something else you can do on Adobe Color is, instead of using the Create tab up top, click Explore. It's the second one in that black bar. And when you click that, it's going to allow you to see just some random color palettes that Adobe Color makes. And you can scroll through them, but you don't have to just pick from what you see here. You can go up to the top, and in the very top right up here, you can type in a description of something you're imagining. So I just typed in poppy field in sunshine, and it's going to generate for me all of these different scenes or reference images of poppy fields and various other things it pulls up. And you just click on ones you're interested in, and it will show you the reference image on the bottom and the extracted colors on the top. And again, it won't allow you to save this with the reference image, but you can do a screenshot and save it somewhere on your computer. Now, there is a way to add these to a library right there online, but again, that's more in my Patreon version of this video. I also describe my color selections in my Patreon version, but I wanted to show you guys the general palette here on the Monet Cafe channel. And I just basically selected different values of each color. You don't even have to have this many colors. Just a few values of each color family will do. Now, before we start painting, I want to let you know, if you would like the extended content and all of the extra goodies I have over on my Patreon page, I want to tell you how to do that. It's super easy. It's only $5 a month. You can cancel at any time, and you unlock hundreds of videos plus contests. I get to see your work. That's my favorite part, and it's a beautiful family. So come join the family if you like. This is the last little commercial break, I promise. Would you go ahead and like this video? I think you really will like all of the content. Subscribe to this channel and leave me a comment. You won't believe how much that helps the YouTube algorithm to share my video more often, so I'd really appreciate it. Now let me show you the surface I'm using. It is Canson Velvet. And I think this is actually the first time I've used these gray colors here. It's made by Mitance, but the velvet is the one that is a sanded surface, but it's really soft. It is water friendly, but I don't use any wet mediums for this. And I chose the middle gray color. And this is the larger sheet. It's about 16 inches across by about 12 inches. And I've divided this out for each of the 4 paintings to be 7 inches by 5 inches. I just have it marked with some white pencil. And I'm putting this piece of tracing paper on the bottom because as I paint, some pastels will fall, and I don't want them to affect my paintings that I do later. All right, here's my sweet, pretty little color palette. And I really do love having all of the colors pre-chosen early. It allows you much more freedom while you're painting. That way you don't have to stop and keep choosing colors. Now this is a little Prismacolor new pastel. It's that dark blue called Spruce Blue. They do not sell this individually anymore, but I think they do still have it in some of the Prismacolor new pastel sets. But anything for sketching will work. And I'm using it kind of for some sketchy lines, but I also love turning it on its side. I'm just doing a quick little sketch and value study. And these lessons are sped up slightly. I like to share with you that you can always slow them down using the gear icon within the YouTube play window. Just choose your playback speed. Watch it first to learn, then play it back and follow along, and you can slow it down if you like. So again, I'm just getting in a value study, and I decided I'm not only changing the color palette, I'm using my artistic license to change the scene. Instead of mountains in the distance, I decided to, for this first one, to give it some trees. I thought I've got this beautiful color palette with poppies and all these beautiful reds and greens. So I thought trees, I think I would like to do better than mountains because I don't have any blues in this color palette. You may have noticed. I'm speeding this up a bit more for the Monet Cafe YouTube version. But as I always like to remind you, is you can change the playback speed. And all you have to do is find the gear icon on the YouTube play window. I think someone told me that on their phone you have to look for three little dots and click it, but you're just basically finding playback, and you can slow it down and watch it at your own speed. But I like to recommend to turn the volume down because my voice will sound really strange. Now I'm going to play some music for the remainder of this so you can just relax and watch the painting process. Again, my Patreon version has the slower speeds and full commentary for these sections. But hey, I learned everything I know from watching free YouTube videos, and I know so many of you who rely on the free videos. I've met so many of you online from other countries, Lesia from Ukraine. Hello, sweetheart, if you're watching this. And I just have a passion to always keep the free versions coming, and there's plenty of content here. And I would love it if you would watch to the end because you're going to catch a glimpse of the next three paintings that I'm bringing after this one. Again, I'm using the same little reference image you see here with the little buttery colored flowers, and I'm changing it in three different color palette selections. So it's really fascinating to be able to do this, and I really don't think it's all that hard once you give it a try and practice a little bit. All right, enjoy this music, and I'll be back at the end. Here is the final, and I love the fact that I can take a reference image and a random color palette like this one and totally recreate an image. I mean, this was the original image. So the beauty of this is the sky's the limit. Now, the painting tutorials that are on the way will be using the color cube cards this time and still using the same reference image. So here's a sneak peek at what's on the way. And it's my goal to not only teach you how to recreate a painting of mine, but how to learn to paint, how to learn skills that take your painting beyond copies and into the realm of creativity and artistic expression. I'd really appreciate it if you would like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment on it, subscribe, share this video. It's truly my joy to bring you these free lessons. And as always, God bless and happy painting.